I failed at being you, but I'm winning at being me. I'm winning at being free, ain't no competition but me. See, I realize that I'm free, and I realize that I'm me. And I found out that I'm not alone, and there's plenty of people like me.
What's good? I'm Jack, and I'm back with another bootleg figure review. And this time I'll be reviewing the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi X-Force Deadpool. Now, the funny thing about this figure is that it started off as a bootleg first. The bootleg was out before the official version, and then the official version came out shortly after. I know that was kind of redundant, me repeating it like that, but that's just how it came out. And fortunately for me and the people who are watching this video, I actually have the official version to compare it with. Yeah, I've been wanting to do a review of this guy for so long. You know, Deadpool has become one of my favorite heroes. Well, superheroes or whatever. And I really like his X-Force colors a lot. As you can tell from my top 10 figures of 2018, my Marvel Legends X-Force Deadpool was on that list. Both of them, actually. And also, I'm going to compare these two and all that other jazz throughout this video, later on. So, yeah, but without further ado, here's the front of the box. You can see, as you can see, the box for the official fig has way more color in it. And this one is just, it's poorly done. Like, they designed this in Photoshop and just added different stuff on there. And like on the front of the box, you see the Marvel logo. On this side, it just has the Deadpool figure. This has the Uncanny X-Force Deadpool. They do have the similar text right here, except for this one says X-Force version, and this one just says Series Number 1 Deadpool, which they basically just copied from the regular suit Deadpool that Revoltech released. Alright. And so here's the side, full color, black and white. The back, completely different. It's just a recolor of the red and black suit Deadpool, and this one is just full color splash page like it's a comic book. Side, same thing, black and white in color. Bottom, black and white in color. And last but not least, the top, black and white in color. Now let's get both of these guys out of the box and see what we're working with. Also, before we go any further with me showing off the details of the figure, this was the cardboard background that was inside the bootleg X-Force Deadpool box. And this is the background that was in the official version. As you can see, the first version was black and white, just a copy of the red and black Deadpool, and this one has a nicer color background. Now, the gray on this figure is not consistent throughout the figure. I can already tell the gray on the chest is darker than the gray on the head, arms, and legs. And since this is an official figure, the gray is consistent throughout. Whoops, dropped them, but yeah, just look at it. There's just no comparison. And now we'll look at them up close, side by side, and yeah, as you can see, the bootleg has, like black little paint marks on the chest, black paint marks on the inner thighs. There's a black paint mark on the back of the shins. Yeah, there's some more on the shins. There's a small black paint mark on the back. Yeah. And yeah. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of like paint imperfections on the bootleg, and on the official figure, clean paint job throughout mostly. You know, no scrape, paint marks on the chest. Well, I don't know if you can, if my camera is picking it up because of the lights, but there's like a straight little paint scratch right there. There's a small paint mark on the jaw. Yeah, there's none on the back of the official figure, but there are like little paint marks from paint rub on, you know, in the crotch of the official figure. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, and also there's a small paint imperfection on this elbow. Otherwise, you know, as expected, the official figure has a way better paint job, and the differences on the, you know, official figure and the bootleg. The front shin guards are painted gray on the official figure, and the back of the legs are black. And on the bootleg, the shin guards are just plain black, while the back of the shin is actually gray, which doesn't make sense, I guess. You know, they just matched the colors and whatnot, but yeah. And here it is side by side, so you can see on the bootleg. And that's about it for the paint details. Now I'm gonna go over all of the accessories, and bear with me because both of these figures came with a lot of accessories, and I'll be trying to compare the bootleg with the official versions. So, you know, just bear with me. It's gonna take a while. Here we have the sheath katanas from the bootleg version and the official version. And as you can see, you know, the bootleg seems to have a duller paint job than the official version. It's like the official version was painted with a better quality paint, and the Deadpool symbol is actually black, white, and red. While on the bootleg figure, the symbol is gray, black, and another shade of gray. And on the bootleg version, the swords actually do like a scissor motion. And I feel as if these could come, yeah. In the bootleg version, you know, the swords can actually come apart. While on the official version, you know, these don't move at all. There's no movement. On the other hand, the cross guard on the official version looks like it's about to fall off. And on the bootleg, you know, the cross guards actually look perfect. Like, you know, you can't tell the difference at all. The cross guard on the bootleg version is actually glued on a lot better than the official version, which is, you know, a surprise. Although, you can pull the sword handles off. And as you can see, you know, this guard looks like it's about to fall off, as I was stating. And yeah, you can pull, you know, both off on the official version. And you can pull them off on the bootleg. And here we have the katanas for the bootleg version and the official version. Like I said, the official version has a better paint job and paint quality, while the bootleg has a cheaper paint job and paint quality. And also, you know, the swords on the bootleg feel like they're made out of a cheaper plastic. Meanwhile, the official version, you can't pull the blade from the swords at all. And on the bootleg, you can pull the blades off, and the cross guards are not glued on as well. So yeah, it's kind of a waste, but I do kind of like this look for the swords. Just pull those off. Yeah, I like that. And also, since they can separate, there's a lot of space between the blade and the crossguard on the bootleg. Alright, here are the guns or the Desert Eagles for both the bootleg and official version. And the bootleg, this version has a lot more, you know, a glossier shine or paint job to the guns. And the guns on the official version are more matted black than anything. Alright, they both feel about the same, so the only difference between the two is, you know, the gloss finish on the bootleg version. Alright, and here we have the eyepieces for the bootleg and the official version. The only difference is the official version has, you can actually see the red pupils on the official version, and for the heart eyes, the heart are actually pink. And on the bootleg, the hearts are actually red, and they're kind of shaped funny and crooked, and you can barely see the pupils on the bootleg version. I mean, I won't be switching out the eyes because I don't want to lose them, so, you know, forgive me for not doing it in this video. Alright, and here we have the alternative heads for the bootleg version and the official version. Now, this head actually matches the head that's already on the official version. The only difference is on the official figure, he has the one squinted eye, and like I said, I'm not going to change out the eyes to see if they match because I don't want to lose them. You know, I don't like having figures where you have to change out the eyes, just like with my bootleg Spider-Man. So yeah, I'm not going to attempt that. And this head from the official version is a match for, you know, the head that's already on the bootleg. And as far as I can tell, you know, the official figure is better because the actual pupils of the eyes come out a lot more. They have a lot brighter and more vibrant red than the bootleg version. Alright, and here we have a pair of the similar open palm style pose type of hands for the bootleg, which has the darker gray and black, and the official version, which has the lighter gray and black. I mean, the hands are, you know, styled the exact same way. It's just that, you know, the bootleg has a more glossy finish to the hands than the official version. Alright, and here we have the trigger finger hands for the bootleg with a glossier finish, and the official version with the matted finish. I know I keep repeating glossy and matted, but, you know, just to illustrate the difference between the two. And here we have a fisted hand and a thumbs up hand for the bootleg and the official. Now on the back of the fisted hand for the bootleg, you know, the paint job is not as clean on the, you know, black padded part, but, you know, it's clean all the way around for the official version. And here we have the two stick pegs to remove the eyes. You know, a gray one came with the bootleg and a black one came with the official version. Yeah, I'm not going to change those eyes out on this video. This is my third and last time saying it. So, yeah. And last but not least, here is an effect part that actually came with the bootleg version of X-Force Deadpool. Now, in the official version, there's room for the effect piece, but it doesn't come with it, which is weird that, you know, the bootleg actually comes with an effect piece and the official figure doesn't. And now that we have all of these accessories out of the way, I will try and switch out the hands just to see, you know, just so you can get a feel for how to do them. And just like that, the entire peg popped out of the bootleg version. And here, I was finally able to switch out the hand. I just had to push the peg into the hand and then push the peg back into the wrist. And so, yeah. Yep, it's gonna be hard switching out the hands on this guy. Now that I switched out his hand, I should try and switch out the hands for the swords and the gun-toting hand. And for the guns and the sword, you just, you know, basically you just slide them in like so. I mean, I can't, for some reason, I can't get the trigger finger in. I may have to, you know, like pull this finger back a bit, but it's stretching out the plastic when I do that. So yeah, if you're gonna buy this bootleg, be very careful that, you know, the plastic is extra stretching on that finger. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend putting the finger all the way onto the trigger. And for the sword, same thing, you just slide it in like so, and actually the hands hold the sword way better than they do the guns. And now let me switch that out. Once again, the entire peg came out with the hand. And now you just push this hand back in like so. And now the arm came off. Alright, now I have it in. Now I just, you know, peg the lower arm back in, and there you go. Katana sword action Deadpool. And now let me do the same thing for the official version, which should be easier. Just pop off the hand. Just pop off the hand, place the gun in the hand, and then just, you know, ouch. Well, I almost hit it. For some reason, the peg goes up in a weird angle. On this hand. But yeah, there you go. Now let me try and switch out his head. Pop the head off. Little neck joint. Voila. Switched out the head. Now that we have that out of the way, now we can get into his articulation. Now, you know, Kyoto has some weird joints, and on this figure, the joints actually stick out way more than they do on the official figure. Like, the joints stick out way more. But enough of that. Alright, he can look up that much, which is a hell of a lot. You can even see the gapping under his neck. He can look down that much. He has a diaphragm joint. He gets a lot of rotation. No head bob or, you know, pivot. Arms are on a double ball peg. They can go up that much, down, you know, around. You know, a lot of crazy articulation. Single jointed elbow, but bends in like a double jointed elbow. And ball hinge for the wrist. You know, same thing for the other arm. You know, bicep swivel. Single double jointed elbow. And ball joint at the wrist. Has a diaphragm joint that has a little gappage right there. He can bend down that much. He can bend down that much, bend back that much. And he has waist swivel at the top and the bottom. But you can actually see that joint, which is, you know, it looks weird. And I just popped them loose. Oh, I have them back together now. You know, legs are, you know, kind of stiff. He can kick up that much, kick back that much, you know, thigh swivel, you know, single jointed knee with double jointed knee action. You know, this knee pad is on the ball joint. Ankle pivot, but not that much because it's hindered by the pads on the front of the feet. On the top of the foot, excuse me. He can hinge up and down, and, you know, crazy pivot and a toe hinge. And for the next leg, the exact same thing. Leg can kick up that much. Double jointed knee. You know, middle thigh swivel. You know, ball jointed knee pads. ankle pivot and rotation, and toe hinge. Now, and the belt is on a ball hinge as well. So yeah, they swivel. And you know, just like my bootleg Wolverine, this figure has amazing articulation. Like it's amazing. I mean, Revoltech goes above and beyond with the articulation. And the only difference in the articulation between these two is that with this guy, his joints actually click when you move them. Like the knee joint clicks, ankle clicks. This one doesn't click as much, but it does click. Well, waist clicks. It's, you know, at first I didn't like the clicking. I liked the smooth, you know, no sound action of the bootleg, but you know, I've gotten used to the clicking of his joints. The head doesn't click, but it does ratchet. You can feel it ratcheting. Yeah. So yeah, the articulation between the two is exactly the same. It's just that this guy has, you know, he's clicking like he needs to get out and, you know, stretch a lot more. Now that we have his articulation out of the way, let me measure his height. You know, he stands at just under 6 inches, while the official version stands at he stands just under 6 inches as well. I know that was kind of loud, but you know, standing them side by side, the official version is just a little bit taller than the bootleg. And now that we have his height out of the way, let's get into some size comparisons. Here they are next to Articulated Icons Black Ninja and the Mythic Legion's Female Vampire Knight, Lightning Collection Shadow Ranger, and NECA 1990 Movies Turtles Donatello, Mattel WWE Goldberg, and Mattel DC Multiverse Kyle Rayner Green Lantern. And you know why I stood him next to a Green Lantern. SH Figure Arts Super Vegeta and Figma Fate Stay Night Lancer Cuckoo Lane. SH Figure Arts Infinity War Hulk and Marvel Legends in-game Thanos Build-A-Figure. Marvel Legends X-Force Deadpool and Marvel Legends X-Force X-23. And last but not least, Bootleg Revoltech Wolverine, Bootleg Revoltech Judy Hopps, and Donald Duck. I've been wanting to use him in a video. All in all, I gotta say, this is a... just let him lay there. All in all, I gotta say this is a pretty good bootleg. The paint job is decent. The joints are nice and tight. There's a lot of paint rub throughout the figure and whatnot, but I mean, it has great articulation. I mean, it is a bootleg. Like, let's just, let's not overthink this. Yeah, for a bootleg, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it has amazing articulation. It looks good, and it stacks up pretty nice to the official version. And also, I just noticed that... nothing. It's nothing. I thought the belt was upside down, but it's the exact same way on the official version. So, forget about that. But, yeah. And, yeah, that's about it. I mean, I really like this figure. And just to let you know, full disclosure, I will be doing a review of a bootleg X-Men Wave Marvel Legends Deadpool. That video will probably go up after this one, so I just want to give a heads up. But anywho, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched this video all the way through. Thank you to all my recent subscribers. I really appreciate it. And with that being said, it's been real.